There was a time when coffee felt like a switch. One cup and your mind turned on. Your thoughts felt sharper. Your body felt lighter. Mornings didn't feel heavy. Now you drink the same coffee, and nothing really changes. You're still tired. Still foggy. Still reaching for another cup. This isn't because coffee stopped working. It's because your brain learned how to live with it. Inside your brain, there is a chemical called adenosine. It builds up slowly from the moment you wake up. The longer you stay awake, the more adenosine accumulates. This is how your body tracks fatigue, not by willpower. Not by motivation. By chemistry. When adenosine binds to its receptors, you feel sleepy, slower, less alert. Caffeine doesn't give you energy. It doesn't create alertness. It only blocks adenosine from docking to those receptors. In the beginning, this feels powerful. The tired signal is still there, but your brain can't hear it. So you feel awake. But your brain is not passive. It's adaptive. When caffeine becomes a daily visitor, your brain adjusts. It creates more adenosine receptors to compensate for the constant blocking. This is called tolerance, and it's a normal biological response. Now the same cup of coffee blocks fewer signals than before. So the tiredness leaks through. You're not energized. You're just less sleepy. This is the moment most people misunderstand. They think coffee has failed them. So they add more. Another cup. Stronger brew. Later in the day. But this creates a second problem. Caffeine stays in your system for 6 to 8 hours. Sometimes longer. That afternoon or evening coffee doesn't always keep you awake fully, but it makes your sleep lighter. You may fall asleep, but your brain doesn't sink deep enough. Less deep sleep means adenosine doesn't clear properly overnight. So you wake up with more fatigue than yesterday. And that fatigue feels different. Heavier. Stickier. Harder to shake. So you drink coffee earlier. And then more of it. Now caffeine isn't fixing the problem. It's masking it. Stress makes this cycle worse. When cortisol stays high, your body becomes more sensitive to fatigue. And less responsive to stimulants. Poor sleep, irregular meals, late screens, they all push the brain into survival mode. In that state, caffeine feels weaker and shorter-lived. This is why coffee stops working, even when you haven't increased the amount. It's not addiction in the dramatic sense. It's adaptation. Your brain is protecting balance. And here's the part most people don't hear. Feeling tired doesn't always mean you lack stimulation. Sometimes it means your nervous system hasn't recovered. Coffee can block sleep pressure, but it can't replace rest. It can hide the signal, but it can't erase the need. That's why some people quit coffee and still feel tired. The issue was never caffeine alone, it was the rhythm underneath. Morning light. Consistent sleep time. Adequate recovery. When those return, coffee often starts working again, naturally. Not stronger. Just clearer. Awake doesn't come from fighting the body. It comes from working with it. And sometimes the most honest signal your body sends isn't sleepiness, it's a request to slow down.